Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and the federal government need to do more to address issues of electoral violence and hate speech if the 2019 general election will be a success. Stakeholders at the quarterly Peace and Security Network Forum expressed this position in Abuja on Thursday. TV360 was at the event and now reports.
Practice it.
Top of the discussion here is the research findings on how to prevent electoral violence in Nigeria by a US-based body, the Fund for Peace. The research highlights main causes of electoral violence to include ethnicity, economic distress of electorates, and struggle for legitimacy by public officers, among others. Local and governorship elections are reported to be more violent than national elections, while desperation for power to control state resources by politicians is also identified as the motivation for violence during elections.
Today, the expectation amongst Nigerians is that INEC has no reason to conduct the 2019 elections below what was given in 2015, and that any attempt to do so is deliberate, because INEC has demonstrated that it has the capacity to deliver credible elections, and it must stick to that, and nothing short of that is expected from INEC by Nigerians. The growing significance and influence of the social media as a tool for information, as a tool for mobilization. But the question is the extent to which the social media is also used positively. We've seen how it can be used positively in mobilizing Nigerians, in informing Nigerians, in educating Nigerians. But we have also seen how it can be used as a source for either misinformation or disseminating fake news.
Election violence in Nigeria does not occur in a vacuum. It does not occur devoid of political, social, and economic factors. It does not occur devoid of history. And looking at election violence without understanding the context in which it's occurring is short-sighted, and it often leads to ineffective strategies for mitigation of violence and for prevention. And I know from my own experience what happens is every election season we're anticipating another crisis and we're looking around and I feel like we're reinventing the wheel every single time.
Hate speeches, fake news, social media control, and internal democracy among political parties are the other issues discussants describe as a catalyst for political unrest.
When a level playing field is created for all participating political parties, for all participating candidates and aspirants, you find out that there will not be war, there will not be heated and this thing. And we also advise that political parties should, align with the provisions of the Code of Conduct, as much with the Constitution and the relevant electoral laws that have been enacted in this country, to work in line with this process. Because when we come around and our interest is to lead Nigeria, one of the most cardinal interests that we should have is how to build peace. It's how to create an atmosphere where peace reigns supreme. So the factors that we're here to discuss are factors that are very important, that elections electing of candidates into political party platform should be based on credible, free, and fairer processes that will ensure that those who have lost out and those who are won do not see themselves as warheads.
It is very, very important, and it is one issue that we must keep discussions, conversation on, about, and deepening engagement around it. We are well aware of what transpired in 2011 elections as a fallout of the 2011 elections, and also pre-2015 and fallout of the 2015 elections. Hate speech and fake news were things that were so rampant that triggered violence within those periods. What we're doing strategically now is to see how to proactively prevent such occurrence towards 2019 elections and after the 2019 elections.
A whole lot could result from hate speech in terms of the damage it can do. And hate speech is often manifested in offensive, insulting, threatening words, not to individuals, that is targeted at groups. Within the context of Nigeria, it's becoming increasingly a major concern. The divisions in this country have been exacerbated, especially in the last 3 years. And you would see that play out in the politics, in the language of the politics, and even as we head towards elections in 2019.
Training and retraining of INEC ad hoc staff, security challenges and tightening of laws against electoral violence are other areas they want a significant improvement ahead of the 2019 elections.